Hello friends, welcome to the final key unboxing. So today I thought I would go back to Gamestarg. Well, actually not today. I'll tell you a little bit about this as we go. Went to Gamestarg.mx and we had really good luck with them last time, although it did take them quite some time to get the keys to us. Figured we'd give them another shot. And I've been waiting for the keys ever since I purchased them about 5 days ago. Still nothing. No word from support, no word from anybody. So this is actually going to be a short unboxing, but I'm also going to do the monthly summary for December and the monthly summary for the entire year. So this is definitely one, if you've been following this series, that you don't want to miss. So anyway, here's the site, Gamestarg.mx, and this is what they offer. You can get a random indie key for 69 cents each, a random Steam key for $1.35, and the games can be AAA. And actually, the last time we purchased something, we did pretty well with the random Steam keys. Premium random Steam keys, we did really well on those. So that worked out fairly well for us. So I thought, why not give it another shot? It's definitely worth checking out. Now, they have some new things on here since the last time we went here. But here's something you need to be aware of. And let me go through what we bought first so you understand exactly what I did. First thing we bought was premium random Steam key. So I bought 5 of these. Yeah, did I buy 5 of them? Let me make sure that's accurate. Yeah, I think I bought 5. Yeah, I bought 5 of them. Anyway, you get some good games. Batman Arkham City, Victor Branch, Shadow Complex, Remastered, Lost Planet 3, Sacred 3, Dead Rising 2, all games you really wouldn't mind having. Sniper Ghost Warrior 2, a little old, but if you didn't have it, it's still an awesome game. Dungeons 2, another awesome game. Any of these that I had that were duplicated, I definitely would have passed them on to you guys, but we didn't get anything. So, I know I'm letting the cat out of the bag there. I was going to make some dramatic build-up, but there's really no point. I mean, I got nothing. I'm going to say that through this whole video so you can realize that I got scammed. And beside that, I have another thing to tell you about how I got scammed and how there is no way I can get my money back. So they have this system set up flawlessly so they can take your money. But, back to what we got. I mean, look at the list of games. This is very tempting. It takes 1 to 2 hours to send. Now, I know the last time it took 28 hours for them to send the keys, and I was okay with that. 28 hours is pretty decent, and I was making these videos a little bit in advance so that I was prepared, and I also knew that some sites took a little while. But there is no excuse when you say 1 to 2 hours, and it's 5 days later, and you haven't answered 2 support tickets and emails. So at that point, you pretty much are scamming me. All right, so next I bought 3 of the random Steam key buy 3s. So we get 9, we would have got 9 keys. Jeez. So this one gives no description as to what you're getting. Still says takes 1 to 2 hours to send. And no free games, no DLC. Last time we bought from them, I will say we got no free games and we got no DLC. So that was good, and the games were decent. You can look back through the list. I think it was about 2 months ago, maybe August to September, September to October when we got them. And the next one I got was a random Steam key ND times 10, which is almost exactly the same order I placed last time. So it would have been pretty decent if we would have got it. And again, 1 to 2 hours to send. I'm just stating this just so you realize that none of them say many days to send. So, you know, there's no exceptions. They all say it takes 1 to 2 hours to send. The next one is a new one. It's a Steam random super indie by 30. So we got 30 keys with this for $3.79. And I figured it was worth a shot, so I threw it in there because it was only another $4, and it wasn't that big of a deal. And they have 300 different titles in stock. I highly doubt that. So, yeah. Put that in there. And what did we get for our about $34 that we spent? Absolutely nothing. So what am I going to do about that? I'm going to go to their website and send them an email, which they ignored. I'm going to go to their support tickets right here, and I'm going to send them a ticket, which they've ignored. So they used to accept PayPal, and actually they were having problems with their PayPal. It wouldn't go through because their email address was incorrect, and I should have really listened to that red flag. My evaluating skills are very low this week, I guess. But I was more hyped on getting this series wrapped up and getting you guys another awesome pack from this site, which did not happen. So next thing is you turn to your payment processor. You go to the people who you sent the money through. Well, since I could not send it through PayPal, I sent cryptocurrency. So yeah, I paid through cryptocurrency, which normally wouldn't be a problem. But their coin processor, let me get that up so you can see who they are and what do they do. Coinpayments.net. Okay, so you can set up your business so you can accept cryptocurrency, and they do a pass-through to PayPal. So that's pretty awesome. But here's the conversion rate, and I had some spare ones laying around that I'd done something with. Not a huge deal for me. It was $34 worth. The transfer fees out of my wallet were a little expensive, but other than that, it wasn't a big deal. They have shopping cart plugins for every place, OS Commerce, Magento, most of the sites that you go to that are decent, they will support. But here's the deal they don't tell you about. If you pay with cryptocurrency and your vendor sends you nothing, whether they're out of business, whether they are just not sending you things, let me go to their help. I want you to read this. Where is it? I think it's under the contact us. Okay. What we can't help you with. Questions about how Bitcoins or other cryptocurrencies work. Fair enough. How to purchase Bitcoins with your credit bank account number. There are many exchanges and many methods available for this. We're unable to recommend particular ones. Fair enough. I mean, they don't want to get in their way of seeming biased and saying use this service and then finding out they own it. Problems with third-party services and merchants. So the third party that you're purchasing the item from is the merchant. They can't help you with those problems. And here's the other kicker. Refunds for completed transactions. All transactions are final and cannot be refunded. And then how to buy coins and delete your account. Blah, blah, blah. But these two are the key. If you have problems with your vendor, they are unwilling to help you. So they will do nothing for you. I sent them a message saying that I got scammed, and I'm sure they won't do anything because they're covered by their support. So I'm okay with that. I just want them to know that Gamestarg is ripping people off. Like, I want everybody to know. So I posted on their Facebook page, and I'm going to post this video. And I'm going to post a review of every item on their site about how they are scamming everybody so nobody buys anything from there. But once you paid the money, it's gone. The payment processor, Coin Payments, will not refund your cash. So you're out that money. So if you do decide to go to GameStarg and buy something, be aware that you may get your key, but if you don't, or any place that uses coinpayments.net, you may get your stuff, you may not, but either way, your money's gone. So be aware of that. Just wanted to make that very clear that there are no refunds. So if this was PayPal, I could contact PayPal and say, hey, I got nothing, I want my money back. And I would probably get my money back. I've had pretty good luck, regardless of PayPal's reputation, with getting a refund when I've received no items. And I'm not one to abuse the system, and I'm not one to do anything like that. But items that never got through, they're usually pretty good about giving you the money back. This place, any place that uses this place, be very wary of them. Because if you do not get your items, you're out. Do a test order first. If you're not sure, do a small order. But I don't know how many other sites have this policy. I've never had to look at this. I've never had a site tell me that they're not going to refund my money that I've paid them. And it's a processing site. So this is the whole... I don't want to get into a whole discussion about cryptocurrencies, but this is my whole problem with paying with cryptocurrency. It's completely unregulated. I pay money, it disappears, I get no items, my money's still gone, but it's just virtual money anyway. Now, for me, this wasn't an issue because I mine cryptocurrency and use it for legitimate things and other stuff and whatnot, and it's not a huge deal. The $34 that I spent was not a big deal to me, so don't worry about that. I'm not complaining because I lost $34. I'm complaining because I lost money. That's what's bothering me. It's not the amount, it's the fact that it's money gone. And I think I've made that clear, so I don't think I need to harp on this anymore. But I did want to make this abundantly clear that if you use this payment processor, your money, you just throw it out the window. If it's not money you'd be willing to just burn, then don't use the service because you will not get anything back. If you get a defective product, if you get anything, you won't get your money back. So I'm not willing to work with them anymore, and I'm not willing to work with Gamestarg anymore. But we're done. So, summary for December. So in December, since I can't do any keys, we didn't get anything. And, I have to admit, this is the absolute first time in a year we have been legitimately scammed totally. I mean, some of the keys are kind of questionable. Some of the keys are kind of sketchy. Some of the keys have been already issued to other people. They've actually, every service that I've gotten a bad key from has actually fixed the key. And you guys have seen the fixed keys, except one time when it didn't come till later and I had to post about it. But every time I've done this and I've had a problem, the problems have been fixed. This is the first time we've just been flat out scammed. Completely. So, if we would have bought all of these products on Steam, it would have been $280.95. If we would have bought all of the products that we bought in December on Kinguin, it would have been $100.09. And if we would have bought them on G2A, it would have been $48.33. We spent a total of $68.54. So, how does that pan out for the year? Now, I'm doing this series so you can make up your own mind whether this is an utter scam, a complete draw, a luck thing, or what. But over the course of 1 year, about every week, I have purchased a key pack. And I've recorded it in here. And I made a video about it. So there's a lot of videos I have on different sites. If there's a site you're interested in, I've probably been there. And you can reference the video, and if you're curious, you can reference the spreadsheet because I'm keeping this shared. The series is over because the year is over, and I didn't really get a very enthusiastic response to continue it, which is fine with me. I've enjoyed making it. I may make a couple of one-offs in the future if some new sites open just to check them out. But for now, the 1 year experiment is done. Based on this information, though, you can decide for yourself whether you think you want to buy something from a site. We visited most of these pretty much repetitively. So you can see, if you want to go to G2A, you can see all the times I went to G2A and see the typical keys that I got based on the packs that I bought and how much that I spent and how much it would have been worth if I'd have just bought the keys on G2A. Now, here's the one thing you need to keep in mind. Even horrible keys have value. Now, I'm not saying they're good. I'm not saying it's a worthwhile thing. I'm not saying you should go out and, purchase useless keys for no reason. But in the grand scheme of things, there is a dollar value assigned even to a terrible game. So that does add into the figures. So considering the games that I have here in this list, if you're really considering this, you should see what games that I did get. And are those games even worth it to you? And that's why I list the prices by these two sites, which are the two key sites that you would most likely go to purchase a key. And in doing so, you could see I don't think I'd have bought Bunny Rama, and I'm really not into the Rescue Team 5 series, and Back to Bed has no interest to me, and Siege Wars isn't interesting, and Spheroid's been Resident Evil 6, yeah, I might want that. So you can see that for the $14 we spent, if only one game meets your approval, you could have bought that game on G2A or Kinguin or any other sites for about $5. So if that is your scenario, you wasted $9 buying a key. And even though the Steam price is high, I put the Steam price so you can see how much the games go for on Steam. It's a comparison value. It's a static value that says this is the retail price of the game. This is the absolute margin that you would purchase the game for. This next two columns are the prices that you would purchase the game for if you were buying it at a rebuyer site. That's all it's for. I'm not saying that we worked out like bandits by getting $85.89 on games on Steam. There has been some confusion on that. Some people say that I didn't post the prices correctly because putting the Steam price in there was a bad idea. I thought it was a fair thing to do so that you could see that Back to Bed or Siege Wars is a $1.99 game, and that's how it compares out on the key buying sites. And it's also a way to compare Kinguin and G2A to a degree so that you can see, well, some are better for some are better for the other. And for God's sakes, if you're going to buy keys, you're going to buy anything. Price shop. I mean, find the best price you can for the legitimate key you're going to buy. If you're going to buy a legitimate key, buy the legitimate key at the best price you can. Don't throw $30 at something if it's been in a bundle and you want it. Like Fear is still a good game. There's a bundle for Fear that goes from time to time, and if you miss the bundle and you still want to buy it, it's on the key buying sites for cheap because people buy it when it's out and then they resell it when it's not. If you fall into that category, I totally understand why you would do it. But other than that, I mean, I buy a lot of games on Steam, I buy a lot of things on G2A, I buy a lot of things on Kinguin, I will admit it. But the reason I do it is because I pick things that are things I may or may not want. Things I'm not sure about. I don't want to give a developer $20 for a game that I'm still not sold on. And besides, 99% of the time, the developer has already been paid for the key, and the key was released in a bundle, and somebody bought the bundle and broke it up. So the developer got paid. The other 1% of the time, it's credit card scams. Like, the most obvious credit card scams I could see on these sites are the game time cards for like World of Warcraft and things like that, and the Steam money cards where you pay $56 to get $50 worth of Steam credit. I mean, that's obviously some kind of money laundering business going on there. But if I want to find out what Siege Wars is like, I mean, okay, it's a bad example. It's a $2 game. I'd probably buy it on Steam. But if I'd never heard of it and I was checking out the developer and I wanted to see what they did, I might drop 56 cents on it or 50 cents on it on G2A or Kinguin just to check it out and see if I liked it. If I did like it, then, then I would buy some more of their stuff. But I'd probably buy it on Steam so that I'd have the keys in Steam and I'd support the developer and I'd do what most people, whether you believe it or not, do the right thing and pay the full retail price. But hey, I'm not going to get into that debate either. We need to do the year-end summary because we're already all way up there. All right, so January. This was actually a lot less than I thought I was going to be. January, the games we bought in January. I'm just going to go over this once and then I'll do the numbers. The games we would have bought in January on Steam would have been $231.68. If they would have been on Kinguin, they'd been $38.12. They've been on G2A, been $26.96, and we spent $30. If we would have bought them individually on those two columns, that's what I'm saying, just so we're sure. Next, just numbers. Steam, $175.73, Kinguin, $29.06, G2A, $17.92, we spent $24.35. March, $112.98 on Steam, $12.20 on Kinguin, and look at the disparity in that figure right there. G2A would have been $8.56, and we spent $13.47. April would have been $369.32, would have been $56.77 on Kinguin, and it would have been $38.92 on G2A. And we spent $46.10. In May, it would have been $570.18 on Steam, $68 on Kinguin, and $47.72 on G2A. We spent $58.89. In June, it would have been $252.13 on Steam, $37.22 on Kinguin, $39.49 on G2A, and $19.89 if it was what we paid. July, $436.27 on Steam, $96.97 on Kinguin, $81.04 on G2A, and we spent $49.35. So August would have been $152.85 on Steam, $21.48 on Kinguin, and $22.72 on G2A, and we spent $12.49. September would have been $382.30 on Steam, $36.20 on Kinguin, $47.18 on G2A, and we spent $53.98. October would have been $331.11 on Steam, $57.39 on Kinguin, $46.17 on G2A, and we spent $40. November would have been $519.50 on Steam, $62.49 on Kinguin, $54.80 on G2A, and $30.15 is what we paid. And December would have been $280.95 on Steam, $109 on Kinguin, and $48.30 on G2A. And we spent $68.54, which brings us to a grand total of value of the games that we purchased this year on the key sites in boxes. On Steam would have been $3,815. On Kinguin, we would have spent $615.99. On G2A, we would have spent $479.81. And we spent $447.21. So this is the only time in a long time that I'm going to give my opinion on this, because I like to leave it unbiased so you make your own decision. But this will be the last time I'm coming to you with this. So I'm going to say that the prices of the keys on Steam, Kinguin, and G2A, we probably, 80% of the keys I probably never would have even looked at to buy at all. Unless it would have been like in one of those $1.49 packages at that one site that you buy the wholesale keys just for the game cards, the trading cards. So we spent $447.21 for probably $40-50 worth of games. Now let that sink in. We spent $450, which is like 2 car payments, or like half of somebody's rent in a really nice apartment in a year, to get about $50 worth of really interesting games. But I'll let you decide. And this is the final answer on this. Next time I won't be keeping track unless I decide to do this series again, unless these breakout start happening again in a big way. But I think they're on the tail end because I kind of see a lot of people saying they're not buying them. If I can spread the word and get more people not to buy them. I mean, look at the month-to-month breakdown. The amount we paid is usually more than what we would have bought them for on Kinguin individually or G2A. And at that point, I wouldn't have bought most of those games. So $450 I just threw out the window. That'd have been another 3D printer. Then I'd have 3. Probably still have 3, but you know. Anyway, financially, decide where you're at. Decide if you want to spend the money. Decide what you want to do. But you've got all the data. January to December. Every site listed. Where we went. How much we paid. What we got. What they were worth. Link in the description below. Check it out, and I'll leave it up to you. Anyway, since this is the final episode, I look forward to reading your comments. I'm sure there'll be some. But yeah, just also be careful with your money. I mean, don't send it somewhere that you don't trust or you don't know, and be aware that it could just disappear. It's a good thing I wasn't counting on that, or I'm not hurting financially, because if I was, that would be a big issue. I don't know how devastating it would be for most people to lose $34, but I know some people $34 could mean the world, and I'd kind of rather have given it to them than thrown it out the window. So, kind of sorry I did. Do something good with my money instead of something stupid. But hey, nobody ever said I was intelligent. Anyway, I'm going to end this now. I'm going to do some more contests this weekend and give away some of the duplicate keys we got from this. Still got a bunch of those I got to give away. Just with being sick in December, it really put me in a big way out of the game. So I will catch you guys later. Trying to get some more content in these videos and make them more interesting. But see what we think, and I'll keep doing some other stuff too. I'm ramping back up so I can actually talk again. But, you know, getting stuck here with Gamestarg actually took me out for a few days because I was giving them an opportunity and waiting, seeing if they'd come forward, but they didn't. So don't go to Gamestarg. Anyway, that's it for now. Talk to you guys later. See ya.